What if your life had already been seen and written down long before you were born? What if every step you're taking, every moment of pain and joy, every triumph and setback had already been mapped out in the spiritual realms before you ever took your first breath? It's a mind-boggling thought, isn't it? But what if I told you that your life is not random? That it's part of a larger divine plan that has existed long before your existence in this physical world? Your journey, your struggles, and your victories might not be as unexpected as they seem. There is a profound truth in spiritual teachings that suggest our lives and the paths we walk are intricately connected to a divine purpose, one that has already been written. It is the mark of a divine calling, a sign that they were chosen for something greater, something transcendent. This sense of difference is often misunderstood as isolation or alienation, but it is, in fact, a sacred invitation to walk a path that the majority will not understand. The chosen ones are not out of place in the world. They are set apart to fulfill a purpose that transcends worldly expectations. Throughout history, those who were chosen have often felt this burden. They are often misunderstood by family, friends, and even their communities. This sense of being different can create feelings of loneliness or confusion, but it is also an essential part of their spiritual awakening. The distance they feel from the world around them is not a punishment. It is a calling to rise above the distractions, illusions, and superficial values of society. They are being prepared for a purpose that requires spiritual clarity, resilience, and a deep connection to the divine. As the world continues to evolve, the recognition of the chosen ones becomes more apparent. These individuals are marked by a deeper sense of truth, purpose, and responsibility. The divine calling they carry cannot be mistaken. They are not individuals who seek attention, fame, or accolades. Instead, their actions, words, and very presence resonate with an authority that is undeniable, even if it has never been rehearsed. Their spiritual authority comes from their deep alignment with the divine, not from outward displays or teachings. The chosen ones carry sacred codes in their blood, codes that have been passed down through the generations, encoded in their spiritual DNA long before they were born. These codes, when activated, allow them to step into their divine mission with clarity and purpose. They are the ones who have the ability to discern truth from falsehood, light from darkness, and purity from corruption. Their very essence holds a frequency that aligns them with the divine will, and they cannot help but speak truth, no matter the consequences. There is a quiet but profound power in the way the chosen ones move through the world. They may not seek out positions of leadership or recognition, but their presence commands attention. Their words carry weight, even when they are speaking quietly or without fanfare. It is not an authority they have cultivated for personal gain. It is the divine authority of truth that flows through them. They speak with clarity, not because they are more enlightened than others, but because their hearts are aligned with the higher spiritual truths that govern the universe. This recognition of the chosen ones is not about external validation. It is about the recognition of their divine essence, an essence that has been patiently waiting to be expressed and shared with the world. Those who are ready to hear the truth will be drawn to them, and the world will begin to recognize their spiritual authority for what it truly is. The time of awakening has arrived, and the chosen ones are being called to step into their true purpose, to walk in alignment with the divine will, and to lead with humility, strength, and love. The vision of Enoch provides us with a glimpse into the reality of the chosen ones. These individuals were marked by the divine long before they were born, and their journey is one of awakening and self-realization. As they step into their true purpose, they are not only fulfilling their own spiritual path, but also playing a critical role in the awakening of others. Their presence, their truth, and their resilience are the keys to unlocking the divine potential of the world. It is time for the chosen ones to step forward, to embrace their calling, and to rise in power and love. For the world is ready to receive them. The chosen ones often walk a solitary path, one that is frequently marked by isolation, misunderstanding, and at times betrayal. They are often out of step with the world around them, unable to fit into conventional roles or expectations. This sense of being different is not a sign of failure, but rather a mark of their divine calling. They have been chosen for a higher purpose, one that requires them to stand apart, to walk alone if necessary, and to carry burdens that others may not understand. In the midst of their isolation, the chosen ones face tremendous struggles. These challenges can manifest in many forms: emotional pain, physical setbacks, and spiritual warfare. They may find themselves rejected by those they love, misunderstood by peers, or even betrayed by those they thought they could trust. Despite the hardship, however, the chosen ones continue to choose love. This love is not always easy to give, especially when they face adversity. But it is the very essence of who they are. Their struggles are part of a divine training program, preparing them for the great work they are meant to accomplish. It is through these challenges that they learn resilience, patience, and the true depth of love. The chosen ones understand that their struggles are not meaningless. Every moment of pain, every trial they face, serves as a lesson, shaping their character and preparing them for the greater mission ahead. Their isolation, while painful, is often the space where their connection to the divine deepens. It is in these quiet moments of solitude that they are shaped and refined, learning to hear the voice of God more clearly and receiving guidance for the path that lies ahead. They come to realize that their struggles are not obstacles to their purpose. They are integral to their training for what is to come. Throughout their lives, the chosen ones often experience an inner restlessness. This feeling can be misinterpreted as anxiety or dissatisfaction with life, but in reality, it is the stirring of a deeper purpose that is being reactivated. From an early age, they may feel as though they don't quite fit in, or that there is something more to life than what they've been taught or shown. This inner pull is the awakening of their soul's true calling, a calling that has been written into their very being since before they were born. The restlessness they feel is not something to fear. It is the sign of a reactivation of their divine mission. Their soul knows that it is time to step into the fullness of their purpose. It is as if the universe is calling them to remember what they were created for, to awaken to the truth of who they are. While others may remain content with the superficial aspects of life, the chosen ones cannot ignore the inner call that pushes them to seek deeper meaning, to question the status quo, and to search for their true purpose. This call to awaken is often accompanied by a sense of longing, a deep desire to connect with something greater than oneself. The chosen ones feel a need to align with their divine path, even if they don't yet fully understand what that path looks like. The restlessness is the soul's way of urging them forward, calling them to shed the illusions of the material world and step into the truth of their divine mission. It is not anxiety, but divine activation. This awakening is part of the process of remembering who they are and what they are meant to do. For the chosen ones, the process of spiritual growth, awakening, and alignment is not instantaneous. It requires patience and trust in God's timing. The waiting, the periods of concealment, and the struggles they face are not punishments. They are part of a divine plan. Scripture teaches that the secret things belong to the Lord our God, Deuteronomy 29:29, reminding us that there are mysteries that are hidden from us until the appointed time. The chosen ones may not understand why certain things have happened in their lives, or why their purpose seems delayed. But they trust that everything is unfolding according to God's perfect timing. God's timing is never late or early. It is always perfectly aligned with what is needed for the growth and preparation of the chosen ones. Their lives are not random or disconnected from a greater plan. Every struggle, every trial, and every period of waiting is part of the process of alignment, helping them to grow into the person they need to be in order to fulfill their divine mission. The struggles they face today are preparing them for the work they will do tomorrow. And even though the path may seem unclear at times, they are being guided with divine precision. The chosen ones often find themselves in periods of concealment, when their purpose is not yet fully revealed, when they must wait for the right moment to act. During these times, it is easy to feel frustrated or discouraged. However, these periods are essential for the preparation needed for the task ahead. Just as a seed must remain in the ground, hidden from view, before it can grow into a plant, so too must the chosen ones undergo periods of hidden preparation before they are revealed in their full glory. These times of waiting are sacred and necessary for the development of the inner strength, wisdom, and clarity required for the journey ahead. In the waiting, the chosen ones are being refined. The concept of divine timing, destiny, and purpose is deeply rooted in spiritual traditions across cultures. And this message is about awakening to the realization that your life is part of something far greater than yourself, something that was written for you long ago. There are certain visions, revelations, and truths that are reserved only for a select few. These aren't meant to be understood by everyone, only by those chosen to walk a specific path. This idea goes beyond mere coincidence or personal ambition. It connects to a greater divine plan, one that was established long before we ever had a chance to question it. For example, the ancient visions given to figures like Enoch were not meant for the masses. They were for the chosen few who could bear the weight of such knowledge. These spiritual revelations were reserved for those who had been marked for a specific divine purpose, for those who were destined to remember their true calling. God is working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities for the moment when they will step fully into their purpose. It's a delicate process, one that requires patience, trust, and unwavering faith. The waiting may feel long, but every moment is part of the divine plan, helping to build the foundation for the powerful work the chosen ones are destined to do. The chosen ones are not strangers to struggle, isolation, or confusion. Their path has always been different, and their struggles are not meaningless. They are part of a divine preparation that has been written long before they were born. The call to awaken that stirs within them is not a sign of dissatisfaction, but the activation of a deeper purpose. Though they may not fully understand their purpose yet, they can trust that it is unfolding according to God's perfect timing. The waiting, the struggles, and the periods of concealment are all part of the process of alignment. The chosen ones are being prepared for something greater. And as they continue to trust in God's guidance, they will step into their true divine mission when the time is right. The chosen ones are marked by an unmistakable fire that burns deep within their souls. This fire is not a literal flame, but a divine presence that ignites their spirits and sets them apart from others. They are clothed in fire, recognized not by their external authority or titles, but by the scars they carry. Scars that glow like living prophecies. These are not the scars of defeat or brokenness. They are the marks of resilience, strength, and transformation. Each scar tells a story of trials faced and overcome, of pain endured and transmuted into power. The fire of the chosen ones is their inner light, a light that cannot be extinguished by darkness, no matter how fierce. It burns through the shadows of doubt, fear, and opposition, lighting the way for others who are still lost in the darkness. This inner light is not something that can be easily dimmed by the world's challenges or the forces that wish to suppress their divine calling. It is a light that grows brighter through adversity, constantly being fueled by their unwavering connection to their higher purpose and the divine. Those who carry this fire often do so without recognition, without the applause of the world, and yet it is undeniable to those who are spiritually aware. The fire within them burns as a testament to their divine calling, shining through even in the most difficult of circumstances. The chosen ones are often misunderstood and overlooked, but their light cannot be hidden forever. It is only a matter of time before the world sees what has been there all along. For a time, the chosen ones have been hidden in plain sight. They have carried their light, their fire, without recognition or validation from the world. Their true identity has remained concealed, often because they were not yet ready to fully step into the role they were born to play. During this period of divine concealment, they were being prepared, refined, and protected. The world may not have seen their true worth, but God saw them, and in the hiddenness, they were being shaped for something greater. But now, the seal is beginning to crack open, and their true identity is emerging. The time of concealment is coming to an end, and the chosen ones are stepping into their divine purpose. This unveiling is not just a revelation to the world, but a personal awakening for the individuals themselves. They are remembering who they are, what they are meant to do, and the divine mission they are called to fulfill. The years of hidden preparation are bearing fruit, and the light that has been concealed within them is now ready to shine in the world. The chosen ones are no longer content to stay in the shadows. They are ready to take their place on the world stage, to stand tall in their divine identity, and to carry out the mission that was ordained for them before they were born. The time of waiting is over, and the time for action has come. The fire that has been smoldering inside them is now erupting, and the world will soon feel the impact of their awakening. The path of the chosen ones has never been easy. It is a path that has been shaped by trial, trauma, and rejection. Each experience, whether it was pain, suffering, or loss, has contributed to the formation of their divine purpose. These trials were not meant to break them, but to refine them, to mold them into the people they needed to be to fulfill their higher calling. The chosen ones are not broken by these trials. They are made stronger through them. Every challenge they faced served a greater purpose. The traumas, the betrayals, the rejections, all of these experiences have been tools of spiritual growth. They have taught the chosen ones resilience, patience, and the ability to endure hardship with grace. Each scar, each trial, is a testament to their strength and their unwavering faith in their divine purpose. They have walked through fire, and in doing so, they have been purified and prepared for the great work ahead. The spiritual strength of the chosen ones is not born from an easy life. It is forged in the crucible of adversity. They have learned to stand tall in the face of opposition, to remain grounded in their truth even when the world tried to pull them off course. Their strength comes from their ability to remain steadfast in the face of adversity, to keep moving forward when it would have been easier to give up. And it is this strength that will carry them through the challenges they will face as they step fully into their divine mission. The prophet Enoch foresaw a generation that would rise at the end of times. Individuals who were not seeking fame, glory, or recognition, but were called to fulfill a divine purpose that transcends human understanding. These individuals, the chosen ones, would not be motivated by personal gain or selfish ambition, but by a higher calling that could not be ignored. They would rise to shake the very foundations of the world, challenging the systems of control, oppression, and falsehood that have held humanity captive for centuries. In Enoch's vision, the chosen ones are not figures of worldly power or influence, but spiritual warriors who carry the truth of the divine. They are not afraid to speak truth to power, to challenge the status quo, and to bring forth the light of the divine into the darkest corners of the world. Their role is to awaken others to the truth, to lead by example, and to show humanity a new way of living, one that is aligned with divine will and not with human greed, manipulation, or fear. Now is the time for the chosen ones to rise. The scroll of divine purpose is unfolding, and those who have been marked and concealed for so long are stepping into their mission. This is not a superficial awakening, nor is it the accumulation of external knowledge. This is the activation of soul memory, an awakening to the truth that has always been within them. The divine calling that has been hidden in their hearts is now being activated, and they are ready to take their place in the world. This activation is not about intellectual understanding or seeking approval. It is about remembering their true purpose and stepping into it with power and conviction. The chosen ones are not just waking up to the world around them. They are waking up to the divine mission that has always been their destiny. The time for preparation is over. Now is the time for action. They are being called to rise, to lead, and to fulfill the purpose they were born to complete. Despite their divine calling, the chosen ones will face resistance. This resistance will not only come from external forces, those who seek to suppress the truth and maintain control, but also from within. The chosen ones must confront their doubts, their fears, and the weight of carrying such a powerful mission in a world that often seeks to keep them silent. The journey ahead will not be easy, but it is necessary. The chosen ones must learn to trust themselves, to trust the divine guidance that is leading them, and to rise above the resistance they face. The struggle is part of the process. It is through overcoming this resistance that the chosen ones will fully step into their divine purpose and fulfill the mission they were always meant to carry out. They are not alone in this fight. Heaven is with them, guiding and protecting them every step of the way. The resistance they face is only temporary, and through it, they will be strengthened and prepared to rise as leaders in the final era. True obedience is not about seeking recognition or applause. It emerges from a place of deep alignment with divine purpose, rooted in humility and devotion. The chosen ones are called to obey divine guidance, even in the most difficult and painful circumstances. Their obedience is not driven by the need for external validation, but by a deep, unwavering commitment to fulfill their higher calling. This often means standing firm in their truth, even when it brings isolation, misunderstanding, or rejection. In times of pain, the chosen ones do not falter. They remain steadfast, knowing that their obedience is part of a larger divine plan that will eventually reveal its purpose. The half-revelation is the awareness that some things in life, some truths, are hidden from us until we are ready to understand them. These revelations are often deeply personal, requiring us to embark on a journey of awakening before we can truly comprehend them. And for those who are called, these revelations act as a guiding light, illuminating the path ahead and bringing them closer to their divine purpose. You too might have experienced glimpses of this truth in your life, moments of deep knowing, of connection to something greater that you couldn't quite explain but felt in your soul. This half-revelation is just the beginning, and it calls you to seek a deeper understanding of who you truly are and the purpose you were meant to fulfill. This video is not about inflating your ego or creating an illusion of spiritual superiority. It is about awakening you to the truth of your divine calling. While the world around them may push them to conform to societal expectations, The chosen ones refuse to settle for mediocrity. They are not meant to fit in. They are meant to disrupt, to break free from the patterns of a broken world. Their mission is to awaken those around them, to show others the power of living authentically. By embracing their truth and standing strong in it, the chosen ones lead others out of illusion and into the light of divine purpose. The chosen ones do not need external validation because their very existence embodies the fulfillment of prophecy. Their words, actions, and presence carry the weight of divine truth and disrupt systems built on lies. They are the living proof that the prophecy spoken long ago is now unfolding, and they are playing their part in fulfilling it. The chosen ones have spent years in the wilderness, in times of concealment and in silence, waiting for the right moment. This season, however, is coming to an end. The veil that has kept them hidden is now lifting. No longer will they be confined to the shadows or remain unnoticed. The time has come for them to step fully into their true identity and divine purpose. The waiting and preparation are over. The trials they faced were not in vain, but necessary for their spiritual growth and readiness. As they emerge from this period of concealment, they will find themselves stronger, clearer, and more attuned to their higher calling. The chosen ones are now being restored to their rightful place within God's divine plan. This restoration is not about returning to old ways or revisiting the past. Rather, it's about stepping into a new season where they are fully aligned with their divine purpose. They are being called to embrace the fullness of their destiny and move forward with a renewed sense of power and clarity. Everything that has happened until now has led them to this pivotal moment of alignment and activation. The chosen ones are not meant to conform to the world or follow the conventional paths set by society. They are here to bring about significant change, to walk in their divine calling with authority and truth. Their purpose is to disrupt systems that no longer serve the truth and to guide others towards awakening. As the leaders of the final era, they will carry the light of God's truth into the darkness, showing the world the way forward. The time has come for the chosen ones to rise. They are not late, they are on time. Every step, every trial, and every moment of silence and struggle has prepared them for this exact moment. Their purpose is unfolding, and now they must step into their divine mission with courage, conviction, and unwavering faith. The world is calling, and the chosen ones are needed now more than ever to fulfill the destiny that has been written in their souls. The time for hesitation and doubt is over. It is time to embrace the power that lies within and step fully into the role they were meant to play. The chosen ones are not merely part of the future. They are the bridge between the past, the present, and the future. They carry the legacy of their ancestors, the prayers of those who came before them, and the hopes of generations to come. Every struggle and every triumph has been a part of this divine lineage. The chosen ones are the embodiment of the collective hope for change and spiritual awakening, a link between what has been and what is yet to come. Now is the time for the chosen ones to fully embrace their identity, to stop hiding, and to live unapologetically in their truth. This is the moment for the sealed ones to be revealed, to walk boldly in their purpose, and to become the light that guides others through the darkness. The world is waiting for their brilliance. Now is the time to shine. It is about remembering who you are, why you are here, and what you are truly meant to do. The purpose of this message is to invite you to align yourself with God's plan for your life, to break free from the illusions that may have kept you in the dark about your true calling, and to guide you toward a deeper understanding of your purpose. When we align with God's purpose for our lives, we are not elevating our own ego or seeking fame or recognition. Instead, we are engaging in a process of remembrance. remembering the soul's mission, the higher calling that transcends our individual desires and ambitions. It's a humbling process, one that requires us to let go of the illusions we've built about ourselves and to embrace the truth of our divine nature. This is not a path of self-glorification, but one of self-awareness, humility, and divine service. For those who feel different, who feel out of step with the world, know this: you are not disconnected from the world by accident. You are part of something ancient, sacred, and divine. Your soul was chosen long before your physical birth to fulfill a purpose that is aligned with the greater cosmic order. The very fact that you feel out of place or disconnected is a sign that you are part of something far more significant than you can currently comprehend. Feeling different or misaligned with the world is not a curse. It is a sign of being chosen. You are a part of a divine plan, foreseen in spiritual visions that go back centuries. The world may not always understand you, but your path is not for the world's understanding. It is for a higher, sacred purpose. You were chosen to play a role in this grand cosmic design, and now is the time to awaken to that truth. When you realize that you were chosen for a divine purpose, everything in your life begins to make sense. The struggles, the challenges, and the times you felt lost, all of it becomes a part of the process that leads you back to your divine purpose. You were not born by accident, and your life is not random. It is part of a much greater plan, one that has been written long before your existence, waiting for you to step into it fully. As you awaken to this truth, you will begin to see the world through new eyes, eyes that understand the deep connection between your soul and the divine forces that have guided your path. You will begin to recognize the signs, synchronicities, and divine whispers that have always been there, guiding you toward your true calling. And as you step into this higher purpose, you will not only find fulfillment, but will also become a beacon of light for others who are also walking the divine path. This message is for those who are ready to awaken to their true purpose. Enoch spoke of a group of people whose spiritual integrity and truth would be unbreakable. Their mission was not just for their own spiritual growth, but for the fulfillment of a higher purpose in the divine plan for humanity. Their awakening is inevitable, for it is woven into the fabric of time itself. The chosen ones have always felt different from the rest of the world. From a young age, they may have sensed that they were not walking the same path as those around them. While others pursued conventional success, material goals, and the comfort of societal norms, the chosen ones have always felt that their journey was parallel, not intertwined with the world's. This sense of being different is not a flaw. It is a divine marking. God, in His infinite wisdom, placed these individuals on a separate track long before the foundations of the world were laid. The feeling of separateness that many of the chosen ones experience throughout their lives is not random.